We are live with the module 2 of the Amazon FBA Brand Managers Masterclass. This is a free course that is going to be live on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And it is only for the applicants that get to um, that are registered, and the assignments will only be the course will be available online, but the assignments will only be for the applicants which are registered on the uh, on the WhatsApp group and are invited to the Discord. This is going to be the module 2. We are still taking applicants on. We have around 200 applicants now, but as I've taken on myself to design a very difficult course, I understand that at the end of the day, we're gonna have only 5% passing rate. That basically means I expect 10 people to pass out of 200. So as many people as can come in, hopefully more people can pass. Assalamu alaikum everyone. We're going live with the module 2 of the Amazon FBA Brand Manager Masterclass. This is going to be only about Google Sheets. In the first module, we learned what an Amazon Brand Manager does, and now we're going to talk about a very important foundation of a brand manager, that is Google Sheets, because I believe Google Sheets is one of the most important things for the for a brand manager, not just FBA. As I have discussed, the first assignment is only going to be approval slash rejection, so you will not get marks for it. In the next assignment, you will get marks out of 10, and you will have group marks and individual marks. You will have an individual assignment at the end of the day. Okay, do we have anything? Okay, we're gonna wait for 2 more minutes before we join in, and then hopefully we are able to have a good time. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Assalamu alaikum Abdul Rahim. कैसे हैं आप? Okay. Just to confirm if everybody is able to hear me out, please confirm in the comments if you can. And I would just like to confirm that I can be heard properly. Walaikum Assalam, Positive Observer. That's a very nice name. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, we have 20 plus people. We are gonna go start. Okay, thank you so much, guys, for confirming that you can hear me. We're gonna go and start the module. Okay, let me share my screen and then we will go start. Go ahead, okay. Okay, you should be able to see my screen. Can you guys see my screen? Can you double check if you can see my screen? Let me know so I can move forward. Yeah, this seems better, I guess. Okay. Okay, thank you so much. So this is again, I did not remove this first slide because I wanted to show that this slide has been designed in 5 minutes while I was having my breakfast this morning, and all through AI. Obviously, this goes on to show what we can do in the age of AI. So this slide and this whole lecture was prepared within 10 minutes while I was having my breakfast. I will be sharing the slides, I'll be sharing the files as well, but they will all be sent after the lecture so that everybody is able to learn while on the lecture and then they are able to get the files afterwards. I don't want people to be implementing while they are learning. I will be sharing slides. Okay. Okay. And okay, let's go started. So introduction. So what we are gonna do is we're gonna start with the introduction to Google Sheets. We're gonna go ahead and implement some formulas as well, and then we will be able to get a few things started. Okay, so introduction to Google Sheets. Google Sheets is the Microsoft Excel. Microsoft Excel is a database slash um, tabular data software. Again, I don't want to get into definitions. This is not important. What is important is that you can use it for free if you have a Google account. If you have a Gmail account, you can use Google Sheets for free, and that's all that we need. I did not do Microsoft Excel because I want people to be able to do all of this for free. So navigate into the Google Sheets interface, create, save, and share spreadsheets, basic operations, entering data, formatting data, adjusting rows and columns, and set up a personal budget tracker. This will be the example that we will be implementing while we are working the slides on. So let's get started on this. Okay, so this is the Google Sheets. Let's go to google.com first, and then what we will do is we will say, okay, I want to go to Google Sheets. Okay, this is probably this one. Okay, Google Sheets. See, it went on to get me to the to Google Sheet. You can also do it like this. Um, sheets.new. You can open it that way as well. And if you want to see all of the sheets that you have already created, you can click on this one. This button will take you to Google Sheets home. You will see all the sheets that you created. Okay. Now you can also open this up like sheets.google.com. It will also get you right over here. Now we're going to go to sheets.new so that we are able to be here. Okay, so great. We have these things here. What I have done is I've actually taken the time to prep a data so that we don't have time to get everything. So if you have a CSV file, if you have an Excel file, you should be able to go to File, Import, go to Upload, and then you should be able to see the data. Give me 1 second. This is 3 months personal budget trackers. Browse. Okay, great. This will upload. You can replace or insert new sheets is what I do every day. Great. So what we have over here is that is a personal budget tracker that we're gonna get. So for example, now as per the slides that we have to present, what we have to do is we actually went and navigated the Google Sheets interface. We are able to create, save, and share spreadsheets. We created a spreadsheet by going to sheets.new. It is already saved by default. If you make any changes, it is already saved, and you are able to share it by now you can name it. So I guess class personal budget tracker. Okay, great. Now you have it. You can share it like this, copy it, and send it to the guy, and send it to the person. You also can change how it is shared. So you can go to share, people with access, and then over here you have restricted, or you have anyone with link. So you, as of right now, if you want to share it to somebody, you have to add their email over here. And if I do this, anyone with the link, so anyone with the link can be comment this. Okay, so I'm gonna share this sheet afterwards. That's why I'm gonna comment it. Okay, if you want to make a copy of this sheet, as you will need to do it, go to file, make a copy is what you need to do. This is I'm gonna rename it data. I double click and I'm gonna put data in there. Okay, great. We have a sheet. We are able to. We have the data now. You can change your uh, column width. Same thing for the rows. You can change the frozen rows as well. You can, so now this way, if even if I go down, this will not go down. Previously, if you went down, you could not see the header. So you're able to do this and this. Great. Once you are able to get all of it done, so we're going to move forward to our next topic. We are able to share the spreadsheets. Okay, this is going to be a very practical class. As of right now, how many people are still able to follow me? Can you guys just confirm it? As of right now, anybody who is not able to come follow along, do everybody understand everything? You will be able to re-watch this video once you are, because you are on YouTube and you can re-watch it afterwards. This is live on YouTube as well. Okay, all good. If anybody has any questions, please put them in the comment section. I have it on the other screen so that I will be able to answer them. Thank you so much, guys, for confirming. Okay, entering data. So you can enter data, formatting cells, adjusting rows and columns. This we have done already. We can enter data manually, of course. If you want to make it 50, I can make it 50. I can make any data over here as well, right? So we have everything here. Now let's try to make it a bit pretty. Okay, so this is text color. This is fill color. You can read everything by just hovering over it. I'm gonna do fill color as blue and I'm gonna do color as white. So this is the heading. I want to work with this data afterwards. So we have formatted a few things as well. Let's go further. So we have done the module one. Let's go to the module two of this module two, of course. This is the modules of just one module. We're gonna have Google Sheets in 1 week. That's it. Kindly move your screen widget while opening Sheets. Okay, do you mean something like this? I assume you meant this, so I guess, yeah. Okay. So working with data is, let's find out data entry and data types. We're gonna understand them, and then we're gonna go and see how formulas work, and we're gonna sort and filter data as well. Example, calculate total and average expenses. Okay, let's find out. Okay, so we're gonna see one second. Let me see. We have two data, understand data types. Okay, let's go. This is what the data type is. Okay, default is okay. Sorry, one second. Right, this is what data type is. Automatic means Google Sheets will decide what the data is and they'll take care of it. For example, this is going to be automatic as well, but this is expense category is supposed to be a plain text. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do plain text. Same thing for this one, plain text. Same thing for this one, plain text. Now this should be date should be plain text, but everything now if you want to select all the rows, you have to press Control Shift down. Okay, Control Shift down will select everything. Okay, I started from here, that's why I did everything below that. I'm gonna do come here, Control Shift down and get everything. Now let's check what it is. As of right now, it is nothing is selected over there. Let's see. I want to have date over here. Okay, so it is a date now. If I want to change date and time, because there was no time, it just assumed 000, meaning midnight. So we can have date, right? This is supposed to be a date. Now this is supposed to be a, again, we click on the topmost item and then Control Shift down, select everything. Automatic. Again, automatic will work in this way, but we want to have it as number. Number means they will put a dot 00. If we want to remove these dot 00, we can do it like this. Decrease decimal places, increase decimal places. If I increase it, you'll have more zeros. If I decrease it, you'll have, again, you'll have same thing. So now I'm going to show you an example. If I want to find out the sum of this, okay, so let's find out sum. Let's find out average, okay? So I'm going to say, hey, I want to find out the sum of the first two, okay? I'm going to find out the sum for these two, okay, is equal to, I can select this plus, I can select this, enter, okay? I just found out the sum of these two numbers, okay? Now I can also say, I can also just write the numbers, so is equal to, this cell is E2, so E2 plus this cell is E3, that is E3, okay, great. There's another way that I hope you guys can see the screen properly. I want you guys to see the formulas as well. Okay, so there's another way of doing the sum for these two numbers. Okay, we will do the sum for all of them as well, but I want to start with these two. So I can do this sum into this and this. Okay, this will calculate the sum from E2 to E3. As of right now, there are only two, so we have the sum. Okay, great. Now I want to have the sum for a sum of, I can just do it for like this. I can select all of them up until here and then come here and then finish the quotation, the brackets and then enter. Great. Okay. Now I want to, because you guys cannot, all of you guys cannot, okay, my screen is blurred. Can everybody confirm if they are able to see my screen? I want to make sure that everybody gets it. So again, if your screen is blurred because my internet is an issue, then it is an issue. If the screen is blurred because your internet is an issue, then you can re-watch it afterwards. It will be much clearer. Live stream is often times not very good on a lot of phones. Can you guys confirm? Okay, so I assume everybody can see it properly. Okay, so now for example, I don't know how to write a formula. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to ChatGPT. I have the ChatGPT 4, but I'm going to go to ChatGPT 3.5 because everybody has 3.5. Great. Okay. Hi, I have my data. I have expenses, amounts in column. What was the column? It was E, but I'm going to check again. It was E. Okay. From E2 to E91. Okay, from E2 to E91. Make me a formula to find average of the expenses. Okay, it's clear now. Thank you so much, guys, for confirming. Okay, I am in Google Sheets. Again, your English is not important here. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to copy the code and I'm going to come here and I'm going to go above. Average is equal to, paste it. Okay, great. Now do the same thing for again. I know that spellings don't matter, so I want to show that you don't have to have best English in order to use ChatGPT. Same thing for sum. Okay, of course, Yassine. Thank you so much. Copy the code and get here, and then delete it and paste it and enter. Okay, great. Sum and average is all good. We have started Google Sheets. We have gotten all the data into the Google Sheets. You can use the data. You can use the data yourself as well. We have a very simple data. You have date, expense type, expense category, expense name. So basically, we have bought fruits and vegetables of $30 on the. You have I have to confirm this. So this is February 1st. Okay, this is February 1st month, date, and then you have the year. This is the US time zone, US date style. Okay. So we have done this. Let's see what we have further. Okay, so we have the total and we have the average expenses. Okay. What we did not do is sorting and filtering. Let's find out what is that. Okay. If I want to filter these items and sort these items, let's find out. I want to see what is the highest expense in the 3 months. Okay, we have this 3 months of data. Okay, I'm going to select like this, and then I'm going to come here and say create a filter. Okay, this way now it is filtering, and you have a green boundary right over here which is showing filtering using all the data. Okay, I'm going to remove it. I'm going to come here and I'm going to press it again. So now it is only selecting up until now. If I put data here, it will not be filtered. It is filtered now automatically, but let's say I'm going to show you an example where selecting the columns is necessary. For example, there's a row or two which are empty. Now I come here, select it. It will only select this, but I wanted to select this. So that's why it is necessary. I did Control Z. You can do it by undo. Okay. Select all the columns, create a filter. Great. Once you do that, now I want to find out what is the highest expense. So, okay, go to this, sort A to Z or Z to A. Z to A means end to start. And if you have numbers, you are able to do this. Okay, so 50 is the highest expense, 30 is the lowest. Okay, great. I want to see lowest to highest. Okay, you can do that. Great. I only want to see fruits and vegetables. Okay, so now I'm going to say, hey, expense name. Let me zoom out a bit. Either I can come here, I can select all of them or I can remove all of them. Clear? I've removed all of them. I'm going to select fruits and vegetables only. Okay. So I have fruits and vegetables across 10 different dates and the sum is 385. Okay. Great. But I want to do this. I want to have restaurants, okay? But I'm going to do it some other way. I'm going to do this, okay? Condition. Text contains restaurants. So anything that contains restaurants will be selected, okay? For example, if I just do this, say anything that contains a P, select them. So again, bus fare, books, fruits and vegetables, electric bill, almost all of them have this, okay? So you can do whatever you want. Or if I want to select everything but restaurants, so that means I'm going to say text does not contain restaurants. I'm not very good with spellings. Okay, so you have everything except restaurants. So we've done the sorting and the filtering, okay? You can have a lot of other things as well. So for example, if I can select OK, now everything is gone, okay? You have this saying there's no filter or anything over here. You can say, hey, I only want to find out what is above greater than 35. So let's find out. You have everything above 35, okay? Now I only want to find out what is condition. Okay, so I'm going to say I only want to find out what is after 3 2. This is the date. I have a cutoff. I want to find out only the ones which are after this date. Okay, I'm going to say condition. Date is after exact date. Okay, okay. See, you have this. All the dates are after that date. Okay, I want to sort this by expense type. Let's sort it by expense type. You have dining over here, education over here, okay? You have entertainment, you have groceries, you have healthcare, okay? There you go. You can sort it by date. I want to see start to end. So again, sorted by date now, okay? As of right now, anybody who does not understand this, if I want to remove the filters, I have to do this. Again, this is done. I'm gonna apply them again just because I want to get this to the initial stage. I want to see the data that as it was sorted by date. Anybody who is not able to follow along up until now, you will be able to do it yourself. What you will have to do is you'll have to see it again and then implement it. You'll have this sheet in the description, but I'm not giving it to you now because I don't want you to be doing it alongside. This is going to be a quick lecture where I'm going to cover a lot of things. Anything up until now, I'm going to wait for 20 seconds, okay? 20, you have 20 seconds to give me any questions you have before we go for these things. Advanced formatting. Anything, guys? Anything? Okay, I'm gonna apply conditional formatting now. Okay, so now I want to, for example, restaurant is a very expensive thing and I want to highlight those expenses. So I'm gonna say, hey, please go to formatting, go to conditional formatting. So again, you're applying it to the D1 to D1000. I selected it because it has, you can select it yourself as well. I'm gonna select it again up until this data. Okay, now you're applying it only to D91. And I want to say anything that contains text that contains restaurants, please highlight in red because I don't want to eat at restaurants. Okay, great. See, it is automatically highlighting any restaurant. So now I want to say, please highlight anything that is above $40 in the expense. Let me just do this. Okay, so see, I can't read it completely. If you have an issue like that, you can come here and you can go here, text wrapping, and then you have to wrap it so that this automatically makes the column row width to read all of it. You can either expand it like this as well. This way you will not have to do that. Okay, so again, close it. So I want to highlight anything that is above $40 in the expense. Again, select it. I can add another rule over here as well, but I'm going to do this conditional formatting. Okay, select the range already selected. Greater than $40. See, you have it, what I wanted to trend. Okay, this is both mega. Okay, great. We've done the conditional formatting. Now we want to do something else. We want to say, hey, if you want to add data here, please make sure that this is actually a number. I don't want to say thoda sa. Okay, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say nothing. Okay, I don't want to say too much money. Okay, I don't want to say that. It is letting me enter this data. Okay, so I'm going to do is select this field like this, not this, because this is all just a text. These are all numbers, and I want to make sure that anything that is here is a number as well, and it is more than 0. Okay, so I'm going to say data validation. Okay, add a rule for the range of E2 to E1000. Okay, see, so this should be greater than 0. Okay, if data is invalid, show a warning. Okay, or I can say reject the input as well. So now if I want to try and add some data which is -5, data you entered violates the validation rules set on this cell. So you can say thoda sa is also not good. Okay, now you can also say advanced options, show a warning. Okay, thoda sa is a warning now. Input must be greater than 0, and -1 is also this. The same thing for 0. Okay, it is not good enough. If I change it to 0, it is again going to show me the bad things, a warning or reject the input based on what I said. So great. We have anything? Okay, we have, what do we have further? Utilize templates. We're not going to do that. This is advanced stuff. But ultimately, we have done the example that was needed. Highlight expenses above a certain threshold. So we have highlighted any expense above $40. Remove the filter. I can just say remove it. Okay, great. Anything that is unclear up until now? You will have, at the end of the day, you will have things that is unclear. Up until now, you have anything? Anybody that is, can you guys just confirm that all is good? Hello. Hello, guys. Am I just talking to myself? Okay, please continue. I want to continue. I'm just waiting for people to confirm. I'm just going to wait for 2 minutes and then we're going to go further. All good. Okay, great. So hopefully now the next function is next module of the second module is introduction to functions. We have used two functions, sum and average. We're going to use if and ifs. Ifs we can maybe lose out, and then we can also say if error. Okay. So great. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. Okay. I'm gonna find out. You can also watch 2 3 times after recording. Absolutely, you will have to watch it 2 3 times. And Ana Shafiq, I'll make sure it is not easy. Okay, don't you worry about it. Anybody who has worked with me, I don't do easy stuff. This is because I want everybody to follow along. Okay, great. I want to find out is within budget. Okay, my budget for any expense is only $40, and I want to make sure that I flag it everything that is above that. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this. Okay, copy it. Hello, मेरे भाई. I have this data. Okay, starting from the column A1. Okay, A1. Data is this. Now, please make me a if function that says, what did we want to do? Let's see, over budget or within budget. Okay, so over budget if less than 40, less than or equal to 40. Okay, or equal to 40. My budget is $40 only. and which says within budget. Okay, so this is wrong. This should be within budget, and over budget if more than 40. Let's see if it can do that. Okay, so now what you have is you have this. Okay, great. Can you explain the formula like you would to a 5-year grade 5 student? Okay, so again, you can also ask the ChatGPT to write the formula and then explain it to you as well. So, like if I write the formula, E2 is less than 40, let's see if it works. So, I'm going to say, hey, this is going to be for this. Paste, enter. Okay. As of right now, it is auto-filling all of the things. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say, no, I want to drag it like this. Okay. Now what you're doing is you're basically dragging it. Next time it is automatically changing the row. So it is automatically changing the column row and checking each one. So I'm gonna drag it up until now. Now I'm gonna double click on it and it's gonna drag all the way down. Okay. Now let's read it. Okay. Let's see what the ChatGPT said. If this is the first part of the formula. Okay. This is the first part of the formula. It tells the computer that we're going to ask a question and give it two possible answers. Okay, makes sense. E2 is less than equal to 40. This is the question we're asking the computer. We are checking if the number in the cell E2, which is where our expenses are, is less than or equal to 40. If it is, that means our expense is within the budget. Okay, within budget. This is the answer we want the computer to give if the expense is less than or equal to 40. It's like saying, yeah, yes, it's within budget. Over budget. This is the other answer we want the computer to give if the expense is more than 40. Okay. Now, okay. So if this is true, give this answer. If no, then give this answer. Okay, this is done. So this is done. Is within budget. This is done. Now I want to do this. I want to make sure that this is also blue, but I don't want to do this like this. Okay, so I'm gonna select this. I'm gonna paint format to this. This is again done very easily. Okay. Now we go further. Okay, within budget, over budget. Okay, I want to highlight over budget as well. So I'm gonna say, hey, please format anything that contains over to be red. This is very mega. Out of my budget. Okay, great. This is done. Now, can we do something else? Okay, so now let's see what we also have to teach. So this is done. Okay, let's see if what is if error. Okay, so I want error to be clean. Okay, but for example, let's say if this is missing. Okay, let's say if this is actually missing. It is saying within budget. Okay, or let's say if this was thoda sa. Now it is saying over budget, but it is not really good data because saying it is actually masla is the issue is that E4 is supposed to be a number, so it is comparing thoda sa is to the number 40 and saying because thoda sa is not less than 40, thoda sa is not even a number, so I am going to do this, okay? Or for example, if let's say this is if error, okay, how would we get error in this scenario? One second. Okay, one second. Okay, so now I'm gonna try and create an error. Okay, so let's say if this was divided by 2, okay, let's say we are two people. Let's say this is for a couple. This is not a personal budget tracker. If it is for a couple, then we have to, yeah, thank you so much, Maida Kamran. We have to divide 0 by 0. That will show an error. Okay, so I'm gonna say is equal to this divided by 2, enter. This is going to fill automatically. Okay, so 0 divided by 0 is, if I do it by 0, it's going to show an error here. Okay, so in this case we're going to have an error. So now I don't want to have Now let's say if I am going to check copy and paste this. Okay, so now this is showing an error. Okay, this is an issue. We have everything over here, but this is an error. And if any other things are going to be in my sheet, it's going to be very bad. Okay, it's looking very bad. It's going to show it like something like this. I don't want it to be. Okay, now okay, this is okay. Let's copy it. Hello ChatGPT bhai. This is good, but I want to use if error so that my sheet looks cleaner. Okay, great. Or better, if there is an error, just say error. Please fix expense amount. Okay, this is very important because I want you to make sure that you understand the if error. Okay, we have the copy. So I'm going to say, okay, please remove this and paste this. Okay, within budget. And I'm going to say, okay, error, please fix expense amount. Can you also explain this? Okay. Sure, we've added another part of formula called if error. This is a safety net in our formula. It's like saying, hey, if there's an any error, please show an error instead of actually giving the if statement. Okay, so this is a new thing added, and so basically what is happening is that if this is an error, if the whole thing of this gets an error, it's going to show this. If no, then that's going to go all right. Any issues up until now? We don't need this. We can just create an error over here. Anything up until now, guys? Any issue up until now? I hope everything is all good. Okay, great. See, I'm using ChatGPT because I want you to use ChatGPT. Okay, what do we have to learn next? I'm going to learn with you guys. Okay, so if S is a good thing as well. Okay, so let's say, okay, um, if I wanted to do this, okay, is it need or want? Okay, let's find out. Okay, so I'm gonna say grocery and transport is need, and everything else, grocery, transport, and utilities are need. Like first we add within our form and over formula. Right, you are correct. Asra, you are correct on this. Okay, correct. But you have to add this formula even if you don't find any error because this is a safety net. This is because you want to have because you're gonna have errors at some point. So you wanna always count for the possibility of having an error. That's why you use this every time. I use it every time. I think it's much cleaner. Okay, I am gonna write a formula saying need slash want. So grocery, transport, and utilities are need, and everything else is want. Okay, so I'm gonna say, hey, for the expense type, write a formula saying if it is, what was this? Copy these three. Okay, and then I also want to do this. Okay, so if these three are then they are need, entertainment is want, entertainment is want, If it's since, classify as need. Okay. Entertainment, classify as want. Okay. And then we have everything else should be uh, others. Okay. Use if as formula. Okay. Okay, great. This is good. Copy code. Let's go here. Put it here. Enter. See, it is already working. But I want to show you something else. Okay. Let's not use the OR formula because I haven't taught you yet. But we can obviously. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna hide on stream. Okay. I thank you so much for letting us know. Okay, so I let's not use the OR formula. Okay. I wanted to you to work without that. Okay. Now it is a bit easy. Okay, enter. So now see, because you had already entered the data here, or at least some data here, because he knows the column, he knows that expense type is in B2. Okay, so it's already using B2. Okay, over here. So what is it doing? Okay, it is saying, hey, if S, so if this is true, do this. You have to put a comma in between. If this is true, do this. If this is true, do this. If this is true, do this. If everything else is true, or if anything else, because this is always true, say others. Okay, this is the formula. So if it is a groceries, yes, it is groceries, so say need. If it is transport, say need. If it is utilities, say need, and then if it is entertainment, say want. So it is going to say want. If it is healthcare, it should be others because we don't have anything about healthcare. It's going to say others. Now I'm going to double click and all good, and I'm going to do this. Format painter, do this. Okay. So up until now we have done if as, if error, anything of an issue. Okay. Let's move further. Enhanced data analysis tools. Okay. This is going to be important. Anything, any questions up until now? I'm going to remove this so that, okay, you can remove this as well. I'm going to remove this as well. See, it is showing error because you have an error here. If I do 0, then it will show up working again. That is why if there was an if error on this column as well, then it would not have shown error here. That's why we use this. Any questions up and I'm going to delete this. Okay, any questions up until now? And I'm gonna, yeah, this is okay. So I'm gonna do 0 for now. Over budget. Okay, why is it over budget? Because it is showing an error. So let's say 35 for now. All good, hopefully. Okay, great. All good, all clear. Okay, let's ramp it up. Let me just check I have no meetings. Okay, I wanna have, okay, we're gonna have 90 minutes class today. It was supposed to be an hour. Okay, let's go further. We have data, we have everything. Okay, I wanna have pivot tables. Okay, for example, if you remember, if I wanted to find out how much I spent just on fruits and vegetables, what did I do? I selected out all of it. I did filter. I went to the filter. I said, okay, select only the fruits and vegetables. Okay, and then I did this. Sum is 385. Okay, I want to get to this data, but I want to do it without this all this mess. Or maybe I want to have a different method to it. Okay, I'm gonna remove the filter. I'm gonna put the filter again. Just I mean, okay. So now what you're gonna do is insert. Okay, so I'm gonna select the data. Okay, insert pivot table. Where do I want to do that? Let's do it in the existing sheet. You can do it in new sheet as well. I'm gonna do it in the existing sheet. and I'm gonna do it right here. Okay, create. Okay, so now we have rows and values and columns. This is what we have right now. Okay, so what do I want to find out? You're gonna have things here what you want to find out the information for. For example, if I want to find out for the fruits and vegetables, that is under expense name. So I'm gonna say I want expense name in rows. That means they're gonna show me all of the expense name over here. Now, what do you want to find out for the expense names? Okay, I want to find out the expense amount. Okay, I want to find out the sum of the expense amount. Okay, makes sense. Expense amount should be in the values now. Great. So now what you have is you have different values for, you actually have quite similar values, but you have restaurants at 385. So we just found a different way to find the same data. Okay, makes sense. Now you have to see something. It automatically said sum of expense amount because it figured out it's a number. You probably want to find out the sum of it. Let's say I don't want to find the sum. I want to find the average. There's the average. Okay. So I'm going to do the sum again. Okay, great. Okay, so now I also want to find out how many times did we have this expense. Okay, so now I don't have a way to find it out, but what I can do is I can use any other column and count how many columns are there. So for example, I'm going to say, hey, can you go and check for the expense name? Let's find out how many expense categories are there. Now, because expense category is text, it's gonna use that and only gonna say I'm gonna count. I'm only gonna count how many expense categories are there, and for that you have 10 of each. If I remove one of the bus fare, it is gonna say bus fare is 9, and then we have a empty category as well. Okay, alpha, beta, gamma is also going to show up here. Sum is 0, no category here. If I do category, it's going to say one category. Okay, so you have the data, and now you have everything in terms of everything. I'm going to control Z and I'm going to get things here. As of right now, any issues right now? Any issues right now? Okay. So we have done the pivot tables. You're not clear with the data validation. Okay. I would suggest to go and take a look at it again. And if you are not clear after watching it again, after this lecture, watch it again on YouTube. And if you're not clear, I will sure. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna delete this one. So now you're gonna have an empty row. Let's write alpha, beta, gamma here, alpha, beta. Okay. Now alpha, beta has no category, so it's not counting anything. Count A means it has to have some value. Okay. So alpha, beta has no amount, so it is no amount. It is showing 0, correct? But it is also showing 0 categories. That basically means there's no category here. Okay, makes sense. If I put a category here, new category, let's say new category, then it's going to say show 1 because it now has a category count. Okay, it is counting the number of categories. You stated bills. I don't know what that means. Please let me know what you mean. Okay, so now I'm gonna do this. Go back. Anybody has any other issues right now, up until now? I'm gonna wait for a minute. I'm gonna create a new example. Create a table with student names and student marks out of 100 should be 10 students. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. Any questions right now? Data validation, you can take a look at it afterwards. Okay. This is going to be a VLOOKUP, okay? Okay, I can delete these columns and I can delete them as well. Now we have the data prepared, okay? Now let's say this is the back end and this is the front end, okay? So marks should show, okay, whatever it is. I want to find the marks for Michael now, okay? So, okay, pivot table considers all entries of the situation list in summary. You can filter via pivot table in pivot option. You are correct, Masim Akhtar. Anything other than that, then I'm gonna move to VLOOKUP. I'm gonna wait for 30 seconds more. Yes, see, people are going away now. We have less people now. Don't worry, it will be more difficult as we move along. Any questions that you have? Just to confirm, we're gonna do all of it on Amazon FBA real-time data. This is just a lecture, but I'm gonna have this lecture cover basics, and then we're gonna do what we do in the agency as well. Okay, so I'll just like to confirm that everybody is all good up until now, and then we'll move to VLOOKUP. All good, everybody? Okay. So I want to find the student name of Michael. I want to find their marks. Obviously, I can see it right here, but I want to find it by VLOOKUP. Okay. So let's say great. I put the data in A1, new tab. Make me VLOOKUP formula. I will explain the formula. Okay. Make me VLOOKUP formula to find the name of the marks of a student. Okay, thank you so much, guys, for confirming that everything is good. We're gonna move forward. Okay, great. Copy it, paste it. Great, it did not work. Okay, let's see why it did not work. Now, what you have to understand is VLOOKUP basically means, okay, so this one is what you want to find. Okay, now the issue is we're trying to find marks, but we have to find Michael in this column. Okay, so we have to find Michael in this tab. Okay, this is A1 to B11. Okay, A1 to B11 is this one. So this is correct. So it is gonna find marks. B1 is marks. So marks in the first column of whatever the range is. If I select this range, it's still gonna find it in this one. Okay. So marks is obviously not here. So I'm gonna say E1 is the right. I'm just gonna do this. Okay, I'm gonna do E1. So now it is saying E1, sorry, E1 is not correct. E2 because Michael is in E2. Okay. Okay, so now it is saying new tab. This is an issue because this was not supposed to be new tab. My tab is VLOOKUP tab. Okay, so I'm gonna say VLOOKUP. See, it is working now. So again, you have to tell that ChatGPT my tab name is VLOOKUP. In this case, we can even delete this and it will work because it is the same tab. Okay, so Michael's marks are 78. I also want to find out Saira's marks. How much are they? Let's find out. 88. Okay. We can build an upper layer data function. Pivot tables. Pivot tables. Okay, Wasim Akhtar Bhai. Thank you so much, Myra, for letting us know that we have an issue of new tab. So obviously, this is very important for letting us know. Everything all good up until now? Just to clarify, we are not even going to the main example here. This is the main example. This is what we're going to do in this class. But coming back, okay, we have Sarah, that is 88. Okay, I also want to find Jessica. Let's see, 88. Okay, so again, so and there's an issue here. Let's find everything and see if there's an issue. Okay, 1 second. See, it is saying that I should add dollar signs here. Okay, why? If I do not accept it, let's see what happens. Sophia is finding it out from A10 to B20. This is not the right place. We are able to do it, but for example, if Jessica was here, then we will have an NA. So what we have to do is, okay, let's see. I am dragging it down and having issues, having NAs. Anything I can do to fix the row? Absolutely. We have to fix the range in which we are trying to find it. Okay. So it is saying VLOOKUP. Yeah, but I think um, fixing the range might help. Okay, so it is fixing the row. Okay, this is what it's doing. What it is saying is when I drag it down, okay, see it is saying put dollar signs over here. I'm going to do it and then it's going to be fixed. So what it is doing it in each extra row, it is changing E2, E3, E4, E5, but it is not changing A1. Same here, same here, same. So the range has to be, the data set range has to be fixed. Okay, so now we have done that as well. Great. Okay, now VLOOKUP is done. Okay, great. Let's say we have a few Michaels. Okay, because Michael is a very common name, and one of them has 50, one of them has 95, and one of them has 85. Now, if I want to try and add new Michaels here, how many marks do they get? They all get 78. Okay, this is a very weird thing. I want to find the new Michael. So either one option is to find out saying, hey, Michael Alpha. One of them name is Michael Alpha. This is, if I put here, see, now what is the issue is, we're only checking up until 11. So we have to change the formula to up until 14. Now if I drag it down, it will show up. Okay, so now it is alpha is showing 50 marks, very nice alpha, but these two Michaels are still an issue. Okay, now this is a limitation on the pivot table formula because it will, what it will do is it will say, hey, find E2 in the first column of this range. First column of this one is this one, A, find E2. Michael is E2, this is the E2. Give me the second column of the range. Okay, so find Michael in this column and then give me the second column. Second column is this, it is giving you 78. This is how VLOOKUP works. If you have more than one data, you are not able to get anything. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say come back to this data. Okay, now let's say if I wanted to find out, let's say this was multiple tests. Okay, I want to find out how much Michael had scored in. This is a different, this is the same Michael. Let's assume this is the same Michael now. I want to find out their sum. Okay, there's something like this. Okay, one solution is I go here, insert, pivot table, existing sheet, come here, maybe add it a bit here, something like this. Okay, create. Please add the boys is as the student name, marks as values, and Michael have 258 marks. Okay, great. These three sum is 258. Okay, good. This is one way of doing it. Okay. Now I want to find out, let's say paste it here, but for this Michael, I want to find out the sum of it. Okay, I want to find sum. Okay, great. I have this data. I want to create a filter function that can sum marks of each student. Okay, you can use a sum if function. We can do it, okay, but I want to do it with a filter function. I want to do it with filter function. Okay, so first it's asking me to find out what the students are. So he's gonna say, I'm gonna delete it. What he's saying is find out the unique values of this range. Enter. Okay, so it is having all the values, but because Michael was not unique, it is only mentioned once. Okay, so we have all the data. Now copy it. So now what it's okay, let's paste it over here. It is showing 0. Why? Because no, sorry, give me 1 second. This is sum if. Let's do it with filter. Okay, unique sum filter. This is the right formula. Okay, what I want to do is copy the code and paste it here. Still 0. Why? Because the filter function works in this way. Okay, it's gonna filter this range, column B. This is correct range to filter. I want marks, but such that this range is equal to D2. D2 is some random sum. This has to be, I'm trying to find the range, the marks of H2. So if I fix H2 here, it's gonna fill the marks. So what it is doing is, let's remove the filter function, some function here up until now. Let's write it again even, okay? So is equal to filter function. Please give me all the marks such that column A is showing you John, okay? Whatever is in H2. Okay, great. Drag it again, drag it again. Reference, why not? I don't know. Let's see. Drag it again. See, it is showing you 3 different values for the Michael, because if you actually go and filter this, you will, if I find out just Michael, it will show me 3 values. So it is showing you, let me finish the filter, it is showing you 3 different values for this. If I control X this over here, it is showing you 3 values. Okay, drag it again, showing you 3 values. Okay, if I drag it again now, it is showing you the value for Sarah, but this cell array result was not expanded to, because it would overrun the time I5, so it does not have enough space to write the answer. Drag it down, all good, but this is not good obviously, because the moment we have more than one value, it will not work. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, please just make the sum of whatever the answer is. If you have more than one value as the answer, just add all of them. So if I drag it down now, see, Michael 258 is the answer. This is the same answer as we had gotten from marks. Okay, great. Up until now, we have done VLOOKUP, we have done pivot table, and we have done filter function. Okay, you have to at least watch it 5 times. You will not be able to do it without that. Mega project, FBA Brand Management Dashboard. Let's make it. I'm gonna wait for 2 minutes because I need some break as well. But please let me know if everything is all good. Any issues right now in the filter with pivot table or VLOOKUP? Can you please let me know if any issues are there? And then we will move forward to this. Hello guys. Any issues? Can you please confirm that you guys have everything and you guys are also present? Because I haven't seen a comment in some 10 minutes. Either you guys are very engaged or you guys are away from your phone or laptops. Up until now, okay, yes, it is. You're gonna watch multiple times and practice it. Absolutely, you're gonna have to watch multiple times and practice. I'm just gonna wait for a few more seconds. All good up until now? Okay, so identify top five. All good, but need to watch again. Yes, please do. Anything else? We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this in 15 minutes max. Okay? Okay. Identify top five parent actions based on total monthly sales on child level business report. Okay. We have business reports here. How many people have seen this report? No idea what I'm watching. Okay. Gringo. Okay. Okay, thank you so much. No idea what you're watching. You're watching the Google Sheets advanced module for the Amazon Brand Manager Masterclass. But if you don't want need to be here, you can leave, of course. How many people have seen this report? All good. Okay, great. How many people have seen this report previously? This is called a business report from Amazon Seller Central. How many people have seen this report previously? Okay, great. So what I'm going to do is this is the parent lesson, this is the child lesson. Child lesson is the product level data. Okay. This is simple business report. So it has sessions and it has total B2B sessions as well. You have, I'm gonna remove a few columns here because I don't want to show a lot of data because it's gonna confuse you. Okay. So now it has, okay, now it has simple data. You have parent asyn, child asyn. A parent asyn can have multiple child asyns. Okay. If I want to find out how many parent asyns are there, let's just do this. Okay, great. Make a pivot table. I'm gonna do it a bit more. Yeah, you have to. Okay. So let's go a bit further. Parent asyn, row. This is all the parent asyns that there are. We have only have 19. This is a good way to find out how many parent asyns are there. I want to find out how many child asyns are there. I've actually done this. Okay, so this parent has only one child, this parent has only one child, this parent has two childs, this parent has three childs. Okay, this is an easy way to find out. Okay, great. Now I want to find out, this is session, this is basically, this data report is, yes, you should be using ChatGPT all the time because it is free of cost. I am using, I'm just going to confirm for you, I am using ChatGPT 3.5 because it is free for everybody. Although I have this one as well. Okay, so now how many people visited the child lesson? Okay, do you know what a child lesson is? If I go to Amazon.com, I don't know what it is. Hopefully, it is not something confidential. Oh, come on. Okay, we have an Amazon.com. Let's go to this listing. This is a child ASIN, or this is a child ASIN. This is this product. Okay, child ASIN is one product. Now what you have is you have two different child ASINs in this, and there's a parent ASIN which you cannot see here. So this child ASIN is this one. Okay, this is the ASIN of this. Okay, so this is that child ASIN, and if you go to this one, you will see a change here. Hopefully, yeah, see, it is a new child ASIN now. Now you have different child ASINs and you have a parent ASIN on this report which is not currently available on this. So now, how many people visited this child ASIN? Same thing, but counting only B2B customers. Okay, there are some B2B customers as well. For example, if I want to find out, if I want to purchase some paper towels for my office in USA, then you would be able to uh, meaning you would be able to purchase it as a B2B as well. So how many people came to the listing? Okay, makes sense. In this time frame, this is around December 1st to February 20th. This is 22nd is what we are discussing this. How many units were ordered? Okay, so how many units sold? Okay, simple thing. How many units sold to B2B customers? Okay, so let's say this is yellow, this is green, this is how much was sales, dollar amount of sales. Okay, but to B2B. Okay, so now if I want to find out, I want to solve this question. Okay, now let's see. Copy it. Come on. I'm going to delete all of it because I don't need it right now. I showed you the report because you're going to have to see what you need actually. Okay, so I have this report. Hello voices. I have this data. Okay. Uh, Not pasting all of it because I have a lot of data. Not pasting all of the rows. Okay. Can you help me solve this question? What was the question? Let's see what it says. I'm using ChatGPT because again, see, it even solves it. Okay, I want to do it in Google Sheets. See, it even solved it for you, but let's see what it does in Google Sheets. Okay. So what it is saying is, please use this data and use SUMIF, okay? I'm gonna do this in a new tab, okay? Can you help me? Data is in sheet 5 tab. Okay. In the cell, okay, he's saying, please use this as a sales summary tab. Let's do this, okay? I'm gonna make a new tab, sales summary. Okay, great. Now, okay, so what we are gonna have to do is, let's do this. Enter the header, parent SN, total units sold, and total revenue. Parent SN, okay, total units sold, and total revenue. Okay, hell A2, enter this formula. Let's do this. A2, enter this formula. Great, it is showing you all the unique parent SNs. Makes sense. This is again 19. This was the same thing we found out in the Google Sheet. We look up as well. Cell B2 enter this formula. Let's see what it is. See, it just found out all the total units sold. Okay, great. In the cell C2, enter this formula. Now let's find out if it is actually the true. I'm gonna say sort by the pivot, the parent SN, and then the parent SN is here, but I'm gonna have to freeze this so that I can see it. Parent SN is here. Let's filter it actually. Now this sum is 12,653, but this is actually for sessions. Units ordered is in column E and column F. So now units ordered are in column E and column F. Copy it and then let's paste it again. Okay, let's find out how many units were sold. The units sold were 593, but if I add them, 607. So now we have 607 here. Great. Revenue is in column G and H. Okay. Revenue in column G comma H. Copy it. And then you have paste it here. Didn't work. Why not? Let's see. This was the code. Okay, now if I want to find out what is the total, what did I want to find out? Top 5 parent ASIN based on total monthly sales from the child ASIN level business report. So I want to find out top 5 parent ASIN. Let's sort them. See what happened. There's an issue. Okay. I have to, this because this is actually showing unique ASINs. I'm going to have to copy and paste as values only. You can also do Control Shift V. Okay. Now if I do this, it will not do this. Okay. So now this is dollar signs. You can remove this. Unit sold is this. Let's gonna do this. So now the parent ASIN is top 5 parent ASINs are these ones. Okay. So this is our top 5 parent ASINs. Great. Product assembly of the sales performance and product unit sold to revenue. This is done. Okay. Great, tackle calculation. This is an important one, okay? Okay, anything, anybody who has not done, who has not yet clear, okay? Anybody who is not clear up until now, please ask so that I can clear them. Otherwise, we're gonna move forward very, very fast. Please confirm if you are able to hear me out. Okay. Have you used summary formula? Yes, I have used summary formula. I just gave it to ChatGPT and it gave me the formula. I hope it is all good. We're gonna move forward, okay? Now I'm gonna do this. Calculate total take costs for each ASIN. Listed in the sponsored production, sponsored display, advertised ASIN reports. Okay, let's find out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find out all the things in terms of, I'm gonna hide this because I have already business report. Okay, I'm gonna hide this as well. I don't need this right now. Now, sponsored display, advertised products, products, advertised products. We have these two reports. So let's open this one. So you have this data from a start date to end date. You have portfolio name, you have USD, you have campaign name, you have ad group name, you have advertised SKU for each of these data values. You have advertised ASIN as well. For each ASIN, you have impressions, clicks, CTR, cost per click, spend, and sales. You have other things as well. I'm not going to go that further. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here and say I'm going to create this report. Okay. So tech cost report, let's say. For now, I'm going to say, hey, I want the child ASIN over here and say, hey, unique of. So let's say I'm going to give me 1 second. I'm going to remove this so that I should know how many. We have 56. So I'm going to say unique of. I'm going to do a bit faster now because this is going to be the end of this report. Unique of Come on, what is happening to this report? Now it is working. Unique of this report. Now, once you have it, control shift, values only. Now it is values. Now, great. I want to find out sessions. I want to find out units sold. I want to find out sales. I want to find out average price. I want to find out impressions. I want to find out clicks. I want to find out PPC units sold. I want to find out PPC spend. I want to find out PPC sale. I want to find out ACOS. I want to find out CTR. I want to find out CPC. I want to find out, let's say, CVR as well, and then at the end ACOS and then TACOS. Okay, this is what we need. Okay, so now I'm going to do a bit quicker now. Is equal to filter this report so that give me sessions such that the parent child lesson is equal to this. You have to watch it again and again. Okay, plus this such that give me column D because column D is the B2B report. Okay, great. So this is done. Go to if error. If it's not, then it just gives me a 0 because this is a number value. I'm going to have a 0. Great. Now let's do this. C and D, great. Whereas column E and F is unit sold, so I'm going to copy this. I'm going to drag it. I'm going to control X this, or maybe just copy it. It will be easier. Copy it, paste it here, change the values. E and F. Now I'm going to drag it. Okay. Sales is column number G and H. Copy it. Sales G and H. Okay, great. I'm going to do that. Is equal to sales divided by unit sold is average price. If error. This is why we learned if error. Great. Working great. Okay. This should be dollar sign. Should be dollar sign. Okay, impressions. How many impressions do we have? Now we have to go to this report and say, hey, I want to find out how many impressions you have. We have two different reports. Okay, we have one is SD and one is SP. Okay, we have to find out from both. So I'm going to say, hey, please give me the impressions such that advertising is equal to, where is the text report? Yeah, this one. Great. Didn't work out. Okay, makes sense. If error, please consider it 0. Okay, great. Now issue is it also have to be sum because if there are multiple of it, it will not work. I'm going to give you the sheet, all of it. Who is this? Amir Makul. Okay, thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. It's very interesting class. Hopefully it can help you. Okay, this is for SD. Makes sense. See, it's working now. Got it? Okay, let's find out if it's correct. Let's just see this ASIN. Go to this report, go to filter, go to this, go to clear, put this, like something like this. Sort by impressions and see the sum is 181636. It is 181636. Okay, good, all good working. But this is not the sum of it. Okay, I also want to find out plus the same thing, but for the SP advertised report. Okay, the same thing is, let's see if the columns are the same, J and K. Over here it is, okay, let's see, J and K over here. But on this report, it's a bit different. It is H and I. So let's say we have to go back and write another formula plus filter, please filter, and the SP advertised report, find the impressions, comma, advertising is equal to, what is it? This report. Okay, this is for A2, great, done. This is not working, so I have to add funds. We have to sum it because if there are multiple, we have to sum it. Not working yet. I have to use if error on this as well, so that I have to comma 0, enter. 0 done. Great. Now, one thing I have to do is I have to drag it because I want to find out clicks. Let's see in this one. Clicks is in column M. This one is clicks is the next one. Okay, so let's say what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to, one thing is I don't want to change the column where we have the advertisement because this is going to stay the same. Only clicks is going to move. So I'm going to do this. I'm gonna remove, put them as dollar signs over here. Uh, Stop it from moving. Same thing for A2 because I only have to check the SN in the column A right over here. Enter, that's great. Now I'm gonna move it. Now it's not gonna work because column L is not the clicks in this report because it is column V over here. It has to be M. Okay, let's make it M. I know people do not understand it right now because it's going to be very complex. You have to watch it at least 5 times. So now it is showing exact ones. Let's check the data. 1431. Let's see SD. How many clicks do we have? We have 461. But how many clicks do we have in this one? Let's find out. We have 970. So we have is equal to 970 plus 461 is equal to 1431 is 1431. So this is correct. Okay, this is done. Sorry, next is done. Let's do the, what is next? The next is text report should be here so I can move it easily. PPC units sold. Okay, let's find out what is PPC units sold over here. Okay, units sold, total units sold in 14 days. Column V is what we need. Okay, and then in the other report we need column number R. So V and R. Okay, so let's do this. Control X, Control V. You can just drag it up. Column V and column R. Okay, so let me just put this away because it is showing that I don't have enough battery. Everybody is able to at least hear me at this stage or no? This is done. Now let's find out PPC spend. Okay, so in SD report, I'm going to just make it SD and I'm gonna SD advertised product. We'll write SP advertised product. Okay, now we're gonna say okay, PPC spend is in column number P for SD and M for SP. So I'm gonna say okay, Control X, Control V, drag it up. Okay, column number P and M is what we need. From the SD we need P, from the SP we need M. Okay, great. Spending is done. Let's find PPC sales. SD we have it in total day 14 day total sales in column W and we have it in, okay, where did it go? This one, column number N. So W and N. See, I don't copy the formula anymore. I just control exit, control paste it over here. The formula stays the same. It does not move, and I can just drag it up. This one. I forgot which was PPC sales is in column W and column number N. Column number W and column number N. Okay. See, CTR. What is CTR? CTR is clicks divided by impressions. Not working if error is necessary, right? This is why we learned it. What is CPC? Is equal to if error. What is CPC? Is spend divided by clicks, comma, should be empty if there is no value. CVR. What is CVR? It is units sold divided by clicks. Should be in if error. Okay, what is ACOS? ACOS is spend divided by sales. Spend divided by sales. but same thing, if error is required. What is tech cost? Tech cost is spend divided by total sales. Okay, same thing. We need a if error here as well. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna drag it all the way down so that we can get it for all the essence. Okay, see, we have this. Let's go and delete it. There you go. Now we have to format it a bit, See, so this is the business report data. This is PPC data. And these are computational values. So I'm going to mark it like this, like this. This is PPC, sponsored, slash sponsored display, sponsored products, slash sponsored display, advertised, product, reports. Okay, this is business reports. One thing that you have to make sure is that this is also computational. One thing that you have to make sure is that the time frame for both of these reports has to be the same. The report that I downloaded from the data was always from December 1st to February 20th. The same thing for business report, the same thing for the sponsored display advertised product report, sponsored product advertised product report. Sponsored brand, you cannot attribute it on a ASIN level. That's why you cannot use that data. Okay, this is done. Then we have this is computational data. Okay, done. So now we have tech cost and we have a cost. What was the question? The question was to do this to find total a cost and for each ASIN listed in this. So we have done this for tech cost report. This is also done. Organic units and PPC units sold percentage. Let's find out. Okay, so what you can do is organic percentage and PPC units sold percentage. Okay, organic is total minus PPC divided by both the total, right? So this is again if error is necessary, otherwise the report doesn't look nice. Okay, again PPC is PPC minus PPC, okay, is equal to PPC units sold divided by total units sold. Same thing here. If error, comma, drag it, and there you go. So let's find out for the top ones. Let's say what is the PPC and okay, this ASIN has 469 units sold overall organic plus PPC, and then we have 225 in PPC units sold. So 52% is organic and 47 is PPC units sold. Sometimes you have negative values over here as well. For example, for this time frame, you have 133 units sold overall, but you have 197 units sold. This is because you have uh, data of PPC sales attributed to a different time frame than what they happened. So there is discrepancy in these reports, but this is how you get them done. These two should be in dollars. What else do we need up until now? Okay, this is done. Let's do this again. This is also the test for any brand manager that wants to work with us. This is done. Okay, and then you have advertising efficiency. This is a report for search term report. I'm not going to do this because I want you to work on it. You already have search term report here. So search term SP search term report. There you go. You have it here. You can use this data for later. I'm going to remove this data because this is for another assignment. You don't need it up until for now. Keep our data is also not necessary for you. This is so much data. Okay, so these two have been for assignments. Okay, so assignment is redo this complete activity. So you have to go to make a copy, and then you have to create these reports by yourself again, and you have to do these two as your assignment. Okay, please give us cinema break. I'm sorry, I wanted to complete this by 5 o'clock, and my namaz is also remaining. I have to wear it. I have to do the mine. How do you call it? I have to offer my class as well. Uh, the lecture is over. We're gonna finish it in 2 to 3 minutes now. Anybody has any questions up until now? We're gonna wait for a few minutes, and I would love to get any feedback if you guys have any sort of feedback on today's lecture. Was it beneficial for anybody? Was it not beneficial? Please do let me know so I can, maybe improve my lectures from the next time. This is the module 2 of the free course that we're going to offer to the public for Amazon FBA Brand Management Masterclass. Up until now, I haven't seen anybody talking about this detail, or at least Google Sheets and how important it is. Everybody just expects people to understand and use Google Sheets, myself included, until I started to um, teach it in my agency, and hopefully now over here as well. Anybody else who has any questions? We have to do all these 5 tasks in assignment. You have to do complete activity, all 5 tasks, all 5 tasks. Okay, and yes, I hope I'm absolutely clear. And just to give you guys an idea, if you just copy what I do and don't do anything else, you will not get full marks. Absolutely speedy at the end because I wanted it to be speedy. Because you have to watch it again and again. You guys are welcome to explore Google Sheets further. You can find out other types of data. You can find out charts. You can use other things as well. And anybody who submits only what I did and barely does these two will be failed. Anything else? Any questions, guys? Please do let me know if you guys have any feedback. Very informational, that is. Thank you so much. I wanted this to be very informational for everybody. You have to do all these 5 tasks in assignment, and you have to go above and beyond what I did. Assignment you have to do, redo it, improve on what I did. Same thing, same thing. This is new questions for assignment. Anybody else has any questions, any feedback? When will group be formed? Groups are formed and you are already should be in the Discord groups. I'll double check. If that is not the case, I'll make sure that it is at the end the case. Okay, I guess we don't have any people in the groups now. Okay, I'll check. We already have the groups formed. We will just add people into the groups. Anybody else has anything? Okay, hopefully it is helpful. Walaikum Assalam, Huzaifa Vlogs. Okay. Anybody else has any questions? We're gonna stop the lecture in about a minute or two. What kind of improvement are you expecting? Please ask ChatGPT on what you can improve. I'm sure they can. It can give you something. How will we know how many marks you got? Don't worry, I will make it public. Everyone will know how many marks you got. It will be in a Google Sheet. I love Google Sheets. If if you talk to people in my agency, they will probably tell you that I only do Google Sheets and I do Amazon FBA on the sides. Anybody else? Okay, guys, just last minute to see if any questions are there. And any questions? Thank you, Usman bhai, for affirming that I only do Google Sheets. Thank you so much. Okay, anybody else who has any questions? You are absolutely welcome. Okay, guys, I'm gonna stop the lecture because it's been very long. It's been 1 hour 40 minute session, but it is the way it is gonna be. You will have a long lecture, and then you will have 1 week to do the assignment. Your assignment will be shared by the end of the day. You already have obviously understanding of how to do the assignment, but it will be uploaded on the portal by the end of the day. Thank you so much for your time, everyone. Thank you so much, Myra Kamran, as well. You were very attentive during the lecture as well. And thank you so much, everyone. Allah Hafiz, everyone. Allah Hafiz.